Inspiration is a critical aspect of our creativity. It has helped us express ourselves and create some of the most important pieces of art in human history. However, inspiration has also been reduced to cheesy quotes that often get confused with motivation. Inspiration and motivation are different things. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jorge. On this channel we talk about photography and filmmaking. We merge creativity and productivity to live a fulfilling life. In a previous video we have talked about motivation, how to reduce friction and how to make time for your craft. There is a difference and a balance between inspiration and motivation, but we do need them both. So today let's talk about some of my sources of inspiration and how to get yourself inspired and keep yourself going. Let's get started. Every creative person knows what it feels like to go through a slump, to be uninspired with no creativity and no motivation. It happens a lot more often than we would like to admit. But at the same time, I think most people, one way or another, knows what it feels like to be a kid or a teenager and watch your favorite skateboarding video or snowboarding video, or watch a match of your favorite sports team, hockey, soccer, football, or any sort of activity that can potentially inspire you, you name it. And then right after that, we immediately somehow feel inspired to go out there and do the thing that we want. Not later, not eventually, now. Right now. The definition states that inspiration is something that makes someone want to do something, or that gives someone an idea about what to do or create. A force or influence that inspires someone. And this is really the core of the inspiration argument. We grow up and we get used to life as an adult. Families, obligations, responsibilities. I have them, you have them, everybody does. Suddenly, we don't really care about watching Tony Hawk do the 900 anymore, or watching Wayne Gretzky do a master play of the game anymore. And if we do, it's not the same. We have changed. We haven't lost the ability to get inspired. It's more like it's buried under all these responsibilities that we sort of forget about it. But the good news is that it exists. It's still there. We just have to figure out how to spark it again. In my motivation video, I talk about how sometimes it can be really difficult to stay motivated. And most of the time, the external factors are the things that get in the way. Books like The Motivation Myth really helped me quite a bit in this regard. It's a bit hard to want to go out and take photos when it's minus 30 degrees Celsius outside, or when your 9 to 5 is killing your soul, or when you have a family with kids and pets and lots of responsibilities. The good news is that motivation can be a little bit more technical than inspiration. It can be solved by making a plan and sticking to your plan. In another video, we talk about the book Make Time, how making a schedule and sticking to that schedule can be beneficial, and how you should really make time for your hobby, make time for what you love. And a lot of people think that because they are not a professional photographer or a professional filmmaker, then they don't need to make time for their craft. It can get postponed and postponed until you die, basically. But let me be clear, your hobby does not have to be your full-time job or your profession for you to feel like you have to make time for it. If it makes you happy, you should do it. That is how you feed your soul. The key is to remove friction, to modify or eliminate the things that get in your way, to make a plan and stick to your plan. You will get results that way, I promise. So now that we know that we haven't lost the ability to get inspired, that there are ways to spark that inspiration again, that there are ways to fight against motivation, to make plans, to remove friction, and to get things out of the way and make time for our craft, now we can actually talk about the potential sources of inspiration. For me, it feels a little easier to tackle this because I know what I want. I know what I like, what inspires me, and what motivates me. But that might not be the case for you. So like always, I encourage self-exploration. Try different things until you arrive at what you love. Go to that art exhibition you heard's in town but you know nothing about, or a museum with a special theme or limited time event. Try different types of photography and styles as well. Like I have mentioned before, there is no amount of money that anybody can ever pay me to do wedding photography, but perhaps that's what you like. Perhaps it makes you happy. In my case, cinema is what really inspires me. but slowly over time I started to like art in general, paintings, sculptures, and now photography as well. The best photographers, filmmakers, and artists of all time are my main source of inspiration. And there are a lot of videos and essays of some of the most influential artists here on YouTube. Lots of articles and general information as well. And that is very important. The more opinions out there and the more ideas out there, the better in general. However, for me personally, I don't really like to do that. I'd rather hear from the photographer directly or from the director directly. And obviously that is not always possible. Some of the best, some of the legends out there are no longer with us. Their time has ended. But places like masterclass.com have great insights into some of the best artists alive. Hearing about the craft from some of the best directors in cinema, like Scorsese or Herzog, and hearing about storytelling from one of the best writers in history, like Aaron Sorkin, or the tone and mood of a film score from one of the best composers in history, like Hans Zimmer, and hearing the experience in some of the most iconic photographs from Annie Leibovitz. Obviously not sponsored, Masterclass is just one of many options out there. You can also find a lot of free information, articles, and videos. For example, hearing from Fan Ho himself as he describes the feeling of shooting black and white over color, or watching Akira Kurosawa describe his relationship with cinema and how Japanese films differed from the Hollywood machine. There are tons of influential artists, photographers, filmmakers, directors, sculptors, painters. I will make dedicated videos about these people in the future. I had recently discovered the work of Gordon Parks and also the work of Ernst Haas. These are very powerful photographs and very powerful sources of inspiration. Photography books are also a great way to see new things and learn about influential photographers, although these can be hard to find and very expensive as well. The point is that there are countless sources of inspiration, and during the exploration process is where you figure out which one works for you, which one really gets you motivated and inspires you to be better, to get out there, and to keep practicing your craft. So that's the difference between inspiration and motivation. Hopefully this can help you get fired up and inspired, or give you a way to get yourself inspired and keep going with your craft. As always, I am curious to know, what do you think? What is your main source of inspiration? How do you keep yourself motivated? Share your thoughts in a comment down below. But that is it for today's video. If you found this video helpful or valuable, please like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and join my free newsletter as well. Thank you very much for watching, for giving me your time and your energy, and good luck with your creative process.